In today's
Brantley
video.
just texted me
What's
and
up,
says, Brantley just texted me. She goes, I want to.
What's up, guys? Look at him. He's like hard right now. Look at his face. He's like, oh my god, it's Keemstar.
Job with Aura J or whatever her name is.
But again, Ergbla actually proved his point that you were a pred, and there's nothing you can do. Look, at this point, I'm subbed to only see your downfall. So,
Oh god.
Somebody wake up Rastov.
Bro, I can't watch this. I'm cringing so hard already. I didn't even start it yet. Okay. All right, hold on.
This is what Twiggy's job was. You fire Twiggy and Rastov sleeps all day.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You need Twiggy to keep Rastov on his toes.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God, Brantley just texted me
What's
and
up,
says,
guys?
Brantley just texted me. She goes, I want to.
What's up, guys? Look at him. He's like hard right now. Look at his face. He's like, oh my god, it's Keemstar.
Job with Aura J or whatever her name is.
Oh.
So, Brantley likes
That was
her.
the girl that has the piercings right here.
Yeah. She's quirky, man. She's got that weird.
He doesn't. No, that's okay. That's okay. If he doesn't start talking for a few minutes, that's fine. I want to see how this like leads up.
Accent, dude. And it's like, what? All right, so Glass. Why is your name Glass?
What's up, Keem? That's my name on YouTube. People know me as Glass.
Okay.
The Koonsters super chatted
I make,
$19.99. I know you're not looking for show ideas, but I
Look how
think if one
nervous
of the
he is.
shows does that first date segment to where members can write into the show to have them investigate why they got ghost would bring in a lot of donos and viewers.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I like that. Yeah, I didn't ask you what your name is. I said, why is your name Glass?
Uh-oh. Oh god. Wait, is he gonna tell him? I know why his name is Glass. I'm curious if he tells him.
Oh yeah. Why is it Glass?
Yeah.
That's a complicated question because the reason why is a little controversial nowadays. It has something to do with a meme from Dr. Disrespect's community a few years back. Well, now probably like 10 years back, but yeah, he said that he would kick the owner of PUBG through a glass window. So my name's always been Glass Window since.
Interesting. So you wanted the owner of PUBG to go inside of you?
No. No, not particularly, no.
Okay.
Okay, so he was honest about that. Okay. Oh man, I wonder. I feel like he's probably gonna forget by the end of it, but like I like how he opens that up by saying that it's a bit of a controversial opinion when he literally did things that is worse than what Dr. Disrespected, by the way. All right, hold on. Let's just listen to this.
All right, so has anyone ever said that you look like Josh Block?
Yeah, they have actually, yeah. I've heard that
Interesting.
a lot.
Wait, hold on. Who the fuck is Josh Block? Oh my god. Wait, yeah, people do. Wait, is that why people say that? World of t-shirts? I've heard that. Which one's Glass? This one. All right.
So like,
Here, let me show it for you guys. There you go. Oh god. Okay. All right. Let's just see what the fuck is going on here.
if you were to do a show, would you change your name to Sober Josh Block?
I'd change my name to whatever if you're paying me.
All right. Why do you want to be on a show? Like, how do you see yourself being on a show?
I enjoy live streaming, to be honest with you. My channel's kind of taken like a downtrend in recent months because of some controversies I've been involved in.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay, what's your
yeah.
controversies?
Uh-oh.
Oh God.
Oh, he doesn't
Come
want
on.
to tell. He doesn't want to tell.
Are you a
Controversial
No,
one,
I'm
the
not-
worst one.
I'm not ashamed to tell anybody, but there was a girl who lied to my community about her age.
Sure,
She was 17 years old.
Their faces already.
She was saying she was 18. It came out. I exposed her
No, you didn't expose shit. You got exposed. Okay.
for it. and then it was used against me by a fellow YouTuber in the same niche as me, who's like 3 times as large as I am, and he's just been slandering me for months and months and months on this shit.
What
saying
is
that
your
I'm-
niche?
I make Vrchat trolling videos, or just trolling videos in general, but
And
typically
so
in
you
VRChat.
exposed that there was a 17-year-old girl claiming she was 18 years and up. And then he said that you had a 17-year-old girl in your community and he was trolling you about it? But you had no
I wouldn't-
relationship with this?
He left out a big part. Yeah, I can't wait because clearly he left out the big detail there that he sent his peepee to her, and there was also 2 17-year-olds. I guarantee he never mentions there being 2 of them. All right.
This girl?
No, we didn't have a relationship.
Oh, he lied.
A 17-year-old girl in your community and he was trolling you about it? But you had no
I wouldn't-
relationship with this girl?
No, we didn't have a relationship.
We didn't have a relationship. I just sent her my peepee. So, in Glass's defense, he doesn't consider it a relationship if you're just sexting somebody. Apparently, a relationship to him is only like romantic. If you're not romantically involved with somebody, it doesn't count as a relationship of any sort, by his logic. So right now, he's trying his best to tiptoe around the truth, and he's doing okay so far. Let me go back
You
here.
had no
I wouldn't-
relationship with this girl?
No, we didn't have a relationship.
So you're
I
being
would-
attacked by a guy bigger than you because you exposed that there was a 17-year-old girl parading as an 18-year-old?
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, he fucking lied. He fucking lied. Okay, let's keep watching.
Is there a YouTube video on this?
Oh yeah, there's a few of them actually. If you want, I can send you the link to a few of them.
Well, how would I find it?
Yeah, tell him.
Just look up Glass.
Vrchat.
Just look up Glass versus Urgbla. URGHBLA.
What is
Shut
it?
up.
URGHBLA.
Wait, is he gonna see my videos? Wait, let me see what happens if I look that up. Glass versus Urgbla. This is what comes up if you search that. Oh, now my stream. Glass, aka Chicken Exposed, interviewing his IRL girlfriend while I'm not friends with him anymore. Honestly, that actually makes him look pretty good. Because this is before Things with the Minors came out. So he kind of, if that's what he sees, that's pretty good for him. All right.
Because this is wild that you
Lockmore
came from a
super-chatted
Dr. Disrespect community.
$22.74. Local Gulag. Every fired
Hello.
host.
Wait. Oh, there's my voice. Look, he's making the connection. Everybody.
Gets put in the Gulag, where they
Yeah,
battle
that
it out
video.
on
That video is not gonna even. Oh, there's no way. See, that video that Keemstar is listening to right now is before the allegations when the minor stuff even came out. Look at this is his reaction to being like, "Oh shit, he's gonna find out."
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are sharing a video here. We're going to watch this.
This
about...
was actually before
Oh, perfect. Hey, thank you for that, Glass. Thank you.
the incident I'm talking about when he
Well, what is
used
he?
this incident against me.
What is he saying in
This
this
is
video?
him. In this video, he's basically saying like he doesn't want to associate with me because of my controversial nature and some of the jokes that I say, maybe pushing the limits of
I would like.
what
So
he and his community find acceptable and comfortable and stuff like that. He doesn't actually have a video on this on his channel
This is true.
okay.
because a majority of the stuff that he's saying is
Space
all
Girl
bullshit.
number 5 super chatted $19.99.
Well,
But yeah, so
here's the thing.
sorry.
When I look up both those names, I only get his videos. So what would I be looking at?
so every day he
All right,
goes
here's
live.
you
and
claiming
I
you're being sued for defamation.
Yeah, this is my video.
What is this?
This is
about?
me saying that I'm suing him. Unfortunately, I don't have the funds to do so. So
Oh my god.
yeah, I can't do that.
All right,
but
well,
this was basically
we're-
me talking about the whole entire situation, lying it out for everybody,
Okay.
explaining what the hell's going on.
Okay. Stop for a second.
Wait, this is as far as it goes. I think I saw this part. Hold on.
Yeah.
This is what you're saying. The comments are saying it's still incredibly weird that you're 26 and you're being inappropriate with someone who you thought was freshly turned 18. Oh, so you were inappropriate with this person.
There was an engagement between the two of us. The amount of time that we engaged with one another in
Look at his face.
any way, shape, or form in terms of like friends or anything like that was only really a few days, and then she said some very strange things that made me uncomfortable with continuing speaking to her. But
Were
yeah,
you
and then
flirting
a
with
month
this
later,
girl?
Yeah, we were talking. Yeah, we were flirting. She was on my streams, stuff like that. She was in a friend group that I was a part of.
Okay,
We were
so you were
working to
flirting with a girl that was underage.
He sent his pee-pee to her, but you know.
That ended up being underage, yeah.
Okay, all right. For that reason, just we don't want to get involved. Like, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. You notice?
Poor guy. When I told him to share his most controversial controversy, I didn't think it was going to be like that.
Well, his story changed. He was like,
Yeah.
no, there was a girl in the Discord that was underage that I outed. And then he said that he had no relationship with her. And then he's telling me now that there was somewhat of a relationship. And
That he flirted.
yeah, it's like, dude, like, just get out of here, dude. What the fuck? That's just a walking, talking liability.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god. Bro, you know what's crazy? That right there is a perfect example to show just how big of a fucking liar Glass is. It took Keemstar 1 minute of talking to him to be like, wait a minute, you just fucking lied, and then kicked him. That may be that might be the most embarrassing thing he's done so far, somehow.
He had no relationship with her. And then he's telling me now that there was somewhat of a relationship.
Hey, listen, you know what's funny? As bad as that went, the reality is much worse. Isn't that crazy how even when you downplay his situation significantly, it's still just like repulsive and horrible, no matter what way you spin it?
That was the girl.
Yeah, what's wrong with his
that
shirt?
has the
Bro, I thought he was wearing a V-neck, but he's not. He just like stretched his shirt out. What is he doing? Look at it.
piercings right here.
That's not a V-neck.
So you're being attacked by a guy bigger than you because you exposed that there was a 17-year-old girl parading as an 18-year-old?
That doesn't sound
pretty
right.
much.
Is there a YouTube video on this?
Look at his face. I don't know, you little bastard. That's what he's thinking. He's like, look at that. That's the face right there. The fact that I am not even here to tell the truth, he's literally lying out of his ass, and he still loses the argument against me when I'm not even present. That's how you know it's bad. Wait. Oh my god, no fucking way. He paid $100 to be in that server. Oh my god. Dude. No fucking way you did that. Holy shit. There's no way this guy paid $100 to get shit on. That is just like humiliating and embarrassing. That just goes to show you how delusional he is. Think about it. He went in there, he said, fuck it, man. I want to be on the show so bad. I'm going to drop 100 on this. I'm going to give it. Like, that's how confident he was that he thought that.
Okay, no offense to the guy. Big ups to him for exposing Glass and all that. Congratulations. Which I have since then unsubscribed and not even closely trying to come back to his content. Ever since these, I wouldn't even say allegations anymore. It's been confirmed as it is. Like, there's screenshots, there's too much. So, I'm not gonna get into that. So, out of all the people that you try to talk to is Keemstar. You do realize he's like a well-known lolcow, right? I would say he isn't the king, but he is the court jester or the gatherer of the whole lolcow community, because he's actually making a community for lolcows to exist in together. People who are hated for their narcissism and people who don't know how to take responsibility for themselves. And, you know, predominantly the whole lolcow community is white for some reason. I don't even know if there's any blacks, Mexicans, Asians. I haven't seen any lolcows that are Asians, blacks, or Mexicans, but they're predominantly white. So, right. What does that have to do with Glass here? Now, this guy is so idiotically dumb that he allowed himself to have his lustful urges to basically explode by talking to a random chick online, and then they met up, and then the girl is apparently posing as an 18-year-old, but she's 17. See, the problem with the world today, especially in the video gaming world, is that most of us don't think straight. Glass being that primordial example. They kind of just have this direct, aggressive, blunt approach to life. So they think, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to basically try to ask out a random chick or a random e-girl online and, you know, talk to her because I feel horny. See, that's the problem with these types of dudes. He fits the part too. It's so scary he fits the part. Skinny neck, skinny body, big giant glasses, and eyes that look like that, and a mustache that looks just like a typical skinny, dweebish, nice guy gamer look. He fits the whole persona of what I expect an idiotic nice guy gamer to look like. In particularly if you're just used to being, oh, I'm gonna talk to anybody and just start sexting them on fucking Discord. There's a lot of that, trust me. And it has nothing to do with content creators doing it either. There's a lot of people who do it even outside of content creation. Secretly and publicly. It's a really scary thought too. Because if you really, when I say this, if you really think about it, this type of individual is literally the type that just can't help himself but do it again. I'm telling you, if Glass disappears, he's gonna be showing up in a couple of years again. Glass is back, blah blah blah, back to grooming minors. It's the same old thing every day. Look, all I can say is to y'all, you need to start remembering to be real safe about these things. You can't just be, you know, going out there talking to random people, because honestly, besides this, look, I don't want to be the one that you guys might target after this, but I'm going to be real with you. I feel like the internet low-key tries to also, as it tries to create intentional locales, which are fake locales, pretty much people who are getting slandered and get hated on, so they're trying to get the Kiwi Farms community to group up as a community and attack someone all at once. And it could be anyone. It could be an innocent person for all they know, and they won't know the difference. Intentionally, they will actually not care if it's an innocent person. Just like the lolcow community, there's also those in the pred catching community that basically allow this shit to slide. And they kind of just, you know, depending on who it is. So say, for example, someone who was talking to someone who was like actually 25 or something like that, and they're saying they're 25, but the person didn't ask for a confirmation of age. That's how you know a nice guy gamer is involved. They never really ask a confirmation of age. They kind of try to pose it off. And on top of that, nice guy gamers always like to get a fresh batch of those who are young. In particular, Discord mods like this loser. Always a fresh batch. As soon as you turn 18, they just wait outside your door like a bunch of weirdos. A stalker. Sick person. But you gotta be careful though, because once they're waiting out your door, you're gonna be miserable for a long time. Now, I think I wanted to get into what I'm really trying to say. there's a kind of a thing where they'll try to prance around, and I'm gonna use the word that what he said earlier.
All right. So
Block. Oh my god. Oh, he doesn't
Come
want
on.
to tell. He doesn't want to tell. Already.
He was saying she was 18. It came out. I exposed I am, and he's just been slandering me for.
And so you exposed that there was a 17-year-old girl claiming she was 18 years and up. And then he said that you had a 17-year-old girl in your community and he was trolling you about it? But you had no relationship with this?
He left out a big part.
That right there. So say there might be people who are intentionally proclaiming that they are 25 years old. Then they set up this blackmail type of operation to intentionally get someone in trouble. Say if I ask for confirmation of something. If I'm like, hey, are you 25? Because I need age of consent and confirmation. Because I only date 25-year-olds. And then you're like, oh yeah, I'm 25. And then magically you go back into your whatever dating app that we're on, for example, that you shouldn't be on, but you're on it anyway. Then I try to see what's what. Are you telling the truth or are you lying? And then they're like, oh, well, I'm like 25 also. But it sounds so unconfident the way how they're writing. I'm like, well, I'm not like, but you're going to be like, wait, why are you saying you 25 when I asked for an age of confirmation and you're acting almost like you don't know what you're saying? Look, it's kind of difficult to explain. Kind of. Not really. But I guess the short summary of it is that there are people who are trying to blackmail others to become like this quote-unquote predator. And we never know the full story. This has happened many times before on the internet. Because, again, vigilantism can kind of be a good thing and kind of be a bad thing. To me, it's low-key the best thing. But, again, it's blind justice. Which means once you realize it's a good thing in your head, it's going to be a bad thing eventually. Right, let's get into the real point. The real point. Stop talking to people online. Stop talking to people who are not of age. You don't know what that stranger is or who is behind the camera. You keep doing it and you keep instinctively, when I say this, doing the exact same habits you did before. Again, there are those who blackmail and those who are legitimately trying to stop a pred. Look, guys, I know the message wasn't completely conveyed, but I know what I mean. Glass, I'm not gonna say you're innocent. But I will imply this, that I'm always cautious of believing those who keep talking about preds. I feel like sometimes these quote-unquote decoys are intentional blackmailing scumbags who are trying to make a quick buck to make you suffer. But again, Ergbla actually proved his point that you were a pred. And there's nothing you can do. Look, at this point, I'm subbed to only see your downfall. So hopefully I get to see you being miserable as hell because you're a piece of shit human being. I don't give a fuck about your troll videos anymore. I don't want to care to know you at all. Fuck your troll videos. Fuck you. You're a horrible human being. You never even apologized either. So that proves you were perfectly fine with what you did. Fuck you. Alright, guys. Make sure you're not out there, you know, texting random people, though. For those who are actually innocent, okay? I'm letting you know, those who are actually innocent until proven guilty. I'm letting you know once more. Be smart. Don't go around texting strangers and sexting them. Don't be stupid. This is why we don't go on the internet doing all those D pics and showing things and showing private parts and stuff to a random stranger. Just keep your D in your pants. Stop having it out for random strangers you don't know. Anyway, peace out. Do better. Don't be on here like Glass doing stupid shit and having your pee out the entire time towards an underage woman, an underage chick, excuse me, an underage girl. Just someone that you should not be around. It is really that simple, but if you can't kick the urge, then I guess you need to go to hell. So, with that being said, y'all have a good one. Stay safe out there. Have your stranger danger caps on at all times. This world is getting crazier and crazier by the year. Peace out.
Hi, I'm Lucy Christian. I am the voice of Otako Uraraka, and you should subscribe to Neusxanity's channel. Peace out!